finally get to start this build. The Align E1 900 Plus. Had this kit for months. Actually got it like sometime in July. Just haven't had the time to get to it. So I wanted to do a build video on it. And so I thought I would just go over what I got for electronics first. The servos, I got these KST 3813s, and the tail, the 1035. These might be a little overkill, but they're really not that expensive, so I figured, what the hell, you know. For the motor comes with it. This is a 950 MX. It's a 4540 size, so it's definitely a big motor. I got here's a 750. This is an 850. There's a little bit of difference in size there. So that's the motor. I wasn't going to use this, and I was going to use it, but it came with it, so I'm going to use it, I guess. For the speed controller, I got a Contronic. This is definitely overkill. This is a 250 Cosmic. Got a really good deal on this thing. 250 cool. And that's the reason I'm going to use it. Gotta love these things. Like a work of art. So that, and then the flybarless controller, I changed my mind a few times on that. I was originally a V-bar, then I went to a Axion Bavarian Demon, but I'm probably just going to use this Micro Beast because probably just the most comfortable with it. This is really just a sport fun thing for me, and I'll do it with a standard receiver setup. This is the latest. Definitely don't need this, but the 10-channel receiver. But I got so much room on this thing, I figured, you know, I might as well. You know, it wouldn't hurt. And this is definitely a big helicopter. So what I plan to do is I go through the manual, I follow it, but not necessarily in the order. Like Align always wants you to do the head first. I usually start with the frames, the frame pieces, so I'll start here and maybe get the main gear ready. Ain't much to that, but I'll get all these pieces out and then clear this all off, and I'll come back. Alright, so what I got here is the two frame pieces here, and definitely a right and a left, it looks like. And then I've got all these cross members. This, and this is the same. This one obviously goes in the back for the boom supports, and then this one's a little shorter, and it's really tough to tell where exactly all these things are placed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on. That looks like see, these are magnets. Two of these are magnets. That looks like a magnetic one there. Not easy. I got a lot of pieces in this manual. Doesn't really say. So I know this is the right, that this probably goes right here. just like that, magnet. Right, and then when you turn to this page, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another one back there. 5. And which ones do you put in and which ones don't you until later? 2, 3, 4, 5. This piece is still in the bag. I've got to get that out. And then the windshield. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 2 more of them that go somewhere. This one I know will go in the front, because you can see right here it goes between these little metal pieces. So I will try to get this set up, get these cross members on, and then I'll come back and see what it looks like. Alright, so here's what I got. This is really hard to see. You got black lines going into a black frame. So, but this is what I figured out. I've got, this one is obvious, bearing up, captured by the main shaft. Bearing down and bearing up, captured by the main gear that'll go in here. This one goes up, obviously, for the pinion support, motor pinion support. Motor mount will go in there, which we can't put in yet, and then this frame support for the other side would look something like this when it goes in there. And then you get a canopy mount, goes through the top hole. The only thing, I mean, let me see if I could zoom in here. They're not really saying where you got a long canopy mount and a short canopy mount. I'm assuming the short one goes there. Maybe I'm going to have to change that. I don't know. I mean, it just doesn't say. Just a picture and you can't tell. I'm looking at it, they got these other 2 mounts. Don't know where they go yet. So, so yeah, that's pretty much what it looked like. And this goes, this frame going there. Look how wide this frame is. Isn't that wild? That's why I figured I could use that 10-channel receiver, because the frame is so wide. I'll get, let's see, next page I'll get the bottom plate out. We might do something else with the skids, talk about that. But I'll get the bottom plate out. I'll get these carbon pieces will come out. Get all that mounted, and then I'll come back again. Alright, I had to come back real quick and show this bottom plate. Check this thing out. This is solid aluminum, and this thing 6 millimeters thick. That's wild. This thing, if it's loaded, like the canisters are loaded with chemical and stuff, over 50 pounds, so thing lifts a lot of weight. This is wild though. I mean, I thought it was plastic, but it's aluminum. Pretty wild. And a battery tray. Frame. The width of the frame. Here, we could measure one of these. Width of the frame is about 82 millimeters wide. Pretty wild. So, yeah, definitely the biggest thing I've ever seen. Alright, I will get the bottom plate on, and these aluminum pieces. Got some room here. You look at this, they go right here. And it's a little weird because this is, so now this is the front, and there's also some carbon reinforcement plates I've seen somewhere. Yeah, and there. But these will go like that, I guess. Actually, I don't know where that goes. I take a little bit of looking. The two bottom ones look like they go there. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna have to figure this out. See it? It looks like it's on the inside too. See. It's definitely the front. I don't know. What the hell? Doesn't really make any sense. Oh no, I won't keep it on camera. I'll turn the camera off and figure it out, and then I'll come back and show you what I figured out. Alright, I got it figured out. The bracket actually goes in front and extends the frame out. I was trying to put it down here. No, it goes there, and then this extra piece of carbon goes on there. It extends it out, and the bottom plate is on. I'm just trying to avoid having to take this apart. I want to make sure I got everything I need in there before I bolt this other side on. Everything here is loose. All these bolts are just finger tight, so I'll go back like normal and Loctite everything. But yeah, the thing is it's definitely grown, and it's already got some weight to it. So and I've got, I know this one is going to be for the boom supports. That'll go in the back somewhere, maybe here. And then I still got two more cross members that I don't know, they go somewhere, but they're not in this picture. Maybe a picture is down the road a little bit. I'll be able to see. But yeah, it's cool. This is definitely something where I mean, you have to follow the instructions like normal, but a lot of times you could just see, and this manual is just, I don't know where that came from. 2mm nut. Oh shit, there goes my coffee. They've got black lines going, and you got to trace it to see where they actually want it to go. So I will clean up my coffee spill and get to the next step and come back. Okay, so where am I at? I've got all the bolts Loctited. Had my main shaft in to line up my 3 bearings. I did have this backwards, and I had the bottom plate upside down. Had to switch that. And the other thing I wanted to mention is, I don't know if the camera will get this, but this is a double. There are actually 2 radial bearings up there, which I thought was pretty cool. I never seen that before in anything. Figured I'd mention that. Battery tray. Plenty of room to put, you know, electronics. ESC is what they show right here. and there's still some more stuff to go back here. Carbon reinforced plates here on both sides. So main shaft seems like it's a little thicker than it actually I don't have another 700 shaft, but it just looks thicker than the normal 700, 800 shaft. So the next thing, I got the main gear. I will oil the bearing. The line likes you to put grease in it. I always put just a little bit of synthetic grease. I use this stuff. And I'll get the main gear in. Adjust my backlash. This fan, I probably don't even need this fan, but it mounts here. It's a cooling fan. I gotta assume for the motor. I'm gonna have to loosen. I have to loosen these bolts because it's sandwiched in there. So I don't know, really don't know if I will need this for what I'm going to be doing with this. It's a pretty big fan. So I might get that in, and then I'll get the skids mounted. These are the skid nuts, if you can believe it. Freaking huge. I'll get it mounted on the skid, get the main gear in, maybe get this fan on, motor, get the motor mounted to the plate, and probably get that in. And the anti-rotation bracket, elevator servo mount, or rudder servo, that might be. That's a good question. I don't know what that is. Look at that. And then I might stop the video here. This way it's not too long. And come back. Now this plate, this real thick piece of carbon, bolts down here. And it's made to put, let me see, there you go. You put battery straps, and you could mount 2 more batteries on there. This thing can carry 1, 2, 3, 4 10,000 milliamp 6S batteries for about 20 minutes of flight time, so they say. So I probably won't even use that, to be honest with you. So I'll get this done, and I don't know, I might end the video here and start a new one so that not too long. But we'll see how it goes, and I'll be back.